So I made a video about Millicent's questline, but I missed a ton of stuff that follows her throughout the rest of the game. There are more rewards, more enemies, and a possibility to change your ending if you see this all the way through. So, here is the updated and complete questline for Millicent.
Never mind. I've decided.
Millicent's quest starts in Caelid, the red-colored eastern portion of the map. If you haven't discovered Caelid yet or want to get there quickly, you can access it by a special teleporter. You want to head towards the dragon-burnt ruins east of the first step site of Grace, just outside of the tutorial area in Limgrave. Downstairs in the area on the map here, there is a trap chest that will transport you to a cave in Caelid called Celia Crystal Tunnel. Make your way through the cave and eventually you will exit into Caelid proper, close to the lake of Aeonia. Celia Town of Sorcery will be on the way, but your goal now is to head to Gowry's shack. Speak to Gowry and he will tell you about a woman riddled with the scarlet rot who is dying at a nearby church. He will ask you for a favor. Choose Hear His Request and he will tell you about Millicent. He will now send you on a quest to collect a needle. Head to the eastern portion of the lake of Aeonia, where all of the thorns appear on the map, and there will be a boss named Commander O'Neill. Defeat him and he'll drop the needle. Now head back to Gowry's shack and deliver the needle. Gowry will need a moment to work on it, so find a nearby site of grace and rest. When you return to Gowry, he'll have finished working on the needle and give it to you. Now you can find Millicent and give her the needle. She's found in the Church of the Plague that's east of Gowry. Once you've depleted her dialogue, give her the unalloyed needle. The screen will go dark and afterwards deplete her dialogue again. When she doesn't say anything else, rest at the nearby site of grace and she'll now be standing. Talk to her again, and she'll give you the prosthesis wearer's heirloom. Deplete her dialogue again and head back to Gowry's shack. Gowry won't be there, but Millicent will be standing there. Talk to her again, and she will say she must focus on her journey. At this point, you can head to Altus Plateau now, or claim the first half of the secret medallion you'll need to gain access to the hidden path of the Haligtree for the later step in the quest. To claim the first half of the medallion, you must head to the village of the Albinarics in Liurnia's southwestern region, and speak to Albus. He's hidden in an illusory jar here on the map.
Dear me.
While speaking to him, he'll give you the Haligtree's secret medallion, the right piece. Now, if you decide to go straight to Altus Plateau, you'll find Millicent northeast of the Erdtree Gazing Hill.
Ah, we meet again.
Talk to her and then head towards the shaded castle. It'll be north through the ravine that you're right next to. Once there, you'll want to head towards the northwest corner of the castle. You'll find a room guarded by a single clean-wrought knight. Kill the knight, and in the room it was guarding, you'll find a chest containing the Valkyrie's prosthesis. Now you want to return to Millicent next to the Erdtree Gazing Hill Grace. Give her the prosthesis, and she'll tell you that it may be possible for her to wield a sword again, and maybe even aid you in battle. Now you're going to want to head to Dominula Windmill Village. Just before you climb the hill to get to the boss in the area, you'll see a gold summon sign for Millicent. Summon her for the Godskin Apostle boss fight, and ensure she survives the fight. Once the fight is over, rest at the nearby site of grace. Once you have, you'll find Millicent next to where you fought the boss. Deplete her dialogue again here. If you'd like some lore at this point, you can now head back to Gowry's shack, who'll fill you in on some of the details. Once you're done with that, head towards the ancient Snow Valley ruins Grace and the mountaintops of the Giants. Millicent will be standing right next to the Grace. Deplete her dialogue and she'll tell you about a fort whose master is in possession of half of the medallion needed to get to the Haligtree. This is the other half of the medallion that you could have grabbed earlier in Liurnia. The castle is Castle Sol to the northern region of mountaintops of the Giants. Proceed through the castle until you get to the boss, Commander Niall. He summons 2 spectral knights, so be prepared for a fight, or be prepared for cheese. Once the boss is defeated, head past the boss room to an elevator that takes you to the top of the castle. The medallion will be close to a spirit next to the northern edge of the castle. This is the left half of the secret medallion needed to enter the hidden path of the Haligtree. With both medallions in your possession, head back to the Grand Lift of Rold. Switch between options to hoist the secret medallion and you'll end up going through the secret path to the Haligtree. Make your way through the consecrated snowfields and go north to Ordina, the liturgical town. Interact with the imp statue and enter the Evergoal right next to it. Once you complete the puzzle in the Evergoal, the doorway blocking the portal will have dissipated and you can now teleport to the tree. Once at the Haligtree, start making your way down until you get to a boss called Loretta, Knight of the Haligtree. Once she's defeated, you can make your way down the ladder and lift to the base of the Haligtree. There's a bridge in front of a church with a single clean-wrought knight guarding the entrance. Kill the knight, and you should see Millicent standing next to the site of Grace inside. There is some lore in this conversation if you're interested. Once you're done talking to her, continue through the tree until you get to the drainage channel site of Grace. From here, backtrack into the room with all the scarlet wrought waters, and there will be a small island with some loot in the middle of a small pond or lake or whatever this body of water is called. A future tree spirit will emerge from the lake, so be ready for a fight. Once the monster is defeated, there will be 2 summon signs on the hillside to the right of the lake. The gold summon sign will be to summon to assist Millicent. The red summon sign will be summoned to challenge Millicent. The rest of this guide will be about assisting Millicent, so if you decide to challenge her, I don't really know what happens next. Anyway, once you've interacted with the assist sign, you'll be tasked with defeating Millicent's sisters. I believe there are 4 in total. They should be pretty easy to kill. Once they're defeated and Millicent survives, you'll be rewarded with the Rotten Winged Sword insignia, which greatly raises attack power with successive attacks. Once you're back in your own world, talk to Millicent. She'll be laying near the lake on the southwestern side. At the end of the conversation, she'll say that she wants to pass on alone. Quit out and reload and she'll be dead with the unalloyed gold needle on her body. Retrieve it and head for one of the toughest boss fights in the game, Malenia, Goddess of Rot.
Strength. Extraordinary. The mark of a true lord.
Once you manage to take down this powerful foe, rest at the nearby Grace. There will now be a big red flower in the middle of the boss room. Interact with the flower and you will receive Miquella's needle and somber ancient dragon smithing stone. I'll apologize ahead of time if I'm saying the name wrong. Miquella, let's just say Miquella. From here, if you'd like to get the last bit of lore, head back to Gowry and Caelid. He's not too happy about Millicent diverting from his plans. If you should decide to kill him here, he will drop the Phlox Canvas Talisman and his bell bearing. The new talisman greatly raises potency of incantations. Miquella's needle can be used if you grabbed the Frenzied Flame earlier, but would like to nullify the effect because maybe you didn't want that ending. To do this, you had to have made it to Faramazula, the crumbling dragon place that you get to after burning the Great Tree. You must get into Placidux's arena, and once there, you can use the needle from your inventory. You don't actually need to fight the Dragon Lord, you just have to be in the boss room. Once this is done, the ending will be different than the Frenzied Flame one. And that's it. That is the entirety of Millicent's quest. It's so much longer than I originally thought it was. I hope this video was helpful, and if so, please do the YouTube things. It really helps out the channel. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Bye.